Hello and welcome to Capacity TV. Today we have Jim Poole from Equinix. Jim, welcome.
Thank you.
As a DC operator with a broad customer base, you must see a lot of trends in the industry. What are the hottest ones at the moment?
I'd say there's probably three hot trends that we follow today. One, obviously, would be cloud. Seems to be what everybody's talking about. Secondly, would be IPX from some of the larger international carriers in the business. And then finally, programmatic trading. We actually do have quite a vibrant ecosystem around advertising exchange.
Cloud certainly seems to be hot at the moment. What do you see are the biggest trends in cloud?
Yeah, we see it from an interesting perspective. We have today probably about 450 pure play cloud companies as customers and another 500 or so MSP, ASP, systems integrator types. And the growth of that business has been quite phenomenal, both with regard to the number of new businesses that are being created on a daily basis, it seems, as well as the deployments that they're putting into the market with us, starting usually in a single geography, but very quickly going after multinational customers located in markets around the world. And another thing, however, would be there is a bit of tension, I think, between the growth of the cloud and trying to get enterprises, CSPs and NSPs to all work together. It's not quite as smooth as we'd like to see it, I think, as an industry.
That's interesting. Could you elaborate on the tensions you see?
Cloud, for the most part, up until this point in the market, is about, I think, from some analyst projections, about 16% penetration in the IT services market. And that's mostly been early adopter use cases, test, dev, kinds of things. However, the majority of corporate IT infrastructure sits on private WANs, which are completely separate and non-connected to the internet for the most part. So from a security and a performance perspective, the vast majority of what cloud needs to be is still not well connected from a private WAN infrastructure perspective. And I think this is the problem that both CSPs and NSPs need to solve for the enterprise.
And what are the potential solutions to the problem?
Well, we started a couple of years ago with Amazon pioneering the concept of doing direct connects. And that's simply terminating private line infrastructure into the Amazon cloud platform that's available in our data centers today. We've carried forward that with many CSPs at this point. Secondarily, cloud providers that do over-the-top delivery will tend to use things like our Internet Exchange. But most recently, what we've done is launched a cloud exchange. And the purpose of the cloud exchange is to specifically solve the problem of how do you aggregate a large number of players in the cloud market alongside a large number of players in the NSP market in an efficient and scalable way.
We've seen a lot of companies in the market launch cloud exchanges. Could you explain the concept and how Equinix differs?
Cloud exchanges at the simplest level are trying to solve for something of an aggregation problem. As I've mentioned before, we have close to 1,000 network customers and close to 1,000 cloud customers, and 1,000 by 1,000 trying to talk to each other using plain old cross connects is a scale problem. It's a lot of capital and very complex to try to coordinate. So in the simplest form, what we do is take a switch fabric, we line up cloud providers on one side, network providers on the other side, and the interconnection function happens virtually. Cuts down obviously on a lot of cabling and accounts for the fact that in the cloud market, most workloads are rather actually individually small amounts of bandwidth. The way we differ is in a couple of things. One, the physical characteristic of our company. We're doing this on a global basis, so this will be available in 19 markets around the world. And we are the only carrier-neutral data center operator who offers a cloud exchange on that basis. But more importantly, what we've done is offered a service orchestration layer. So we're publishing APIs to the NSPs and the CSPs such that the provisioning request, once it comes into us, can be done in near real time. And that mimics sort of the consumption model that people are used to in cloud, where they swipe a credit card and get instant gratification. So we're trying to help basically make the NSP experience as seamless as the CSP experience to drive the market forward.
Jim, thank you for joining us today on Capacity TV.
Thanks for having me.